In this video, we will try to draw the stick diagrams or layouts using Euler's path. Right, till now you had learnt drawing the layout or a stick diagram using the regular approach. Now I'll just give you an example showing that how to draw a stick diagram and or the representation you can change and draw the layout for the same equation using the Euler's path. Now let us take an example. Y is equal to CD plus A plus B the whole bar. So in a normal approach, what we used to do, so we are doing it for a CMOS process, right? So in this case, there is a dot between C and D, and there is plus with A and plus with B, and there is a complement, right? So whenever you had a normal approach, you used to connect C and D in series in parallel with A, in parallel with B for N transistors, which comes below the demarcation line, and above the demarcation line the C and D used to be in parallel in series with A, in series with B, right? So using the Euler path we will draw the optimized way of connecting the transistors so that the number of the layers will be reduced, right? So first we'll draw the circuit diagram for this, which starts with the VDD. C and D are in parallel with each other, which is in series with A, in series with B for P-type transistor, right? And for the N-type, the C and D are in series. C and D are connected in series in parallel with A, in parallel with B. So this is the normal circuit. I hope all of you know how to write it, which is connected to ground. So here you are taking the output, which is nothing but Y, right? Now in Euler's path there are some rules which has to be followed. So we'll try to draw a graph from VDD to the output, and we'll also try to draw one more graph from ground to the output, right? So the transistor, you can consider it as an edge, and the nodes are also important. So whenever you're drawing the path, that should be non-traversable. It means that path should not cross over and only in a unidirectional, right? Now if we consider this node as VDD, how many nodes are there? There is one node here, there is one node here, one here, and one here, right? So from VDD there is one node here, one, okay, just forget the nodes. Let us concentrate on the paths, right? So we can start with B. This transistor B has one path, A has one more path, then C and D. Four paths are there, right? So we will start with B. Then there is one more path A, there is one more path which we call C, and there is another path D. All are in one direction, so you can think it in this direction, right? B, A, C and D. So there is one path, right? If you start from B, so this is the output. So if you take this direction, it goes here, and it is a traversable path and it is unidirectional. So this is one set of path, and we also have another set of path from ground to the output. So here you have C, D, A and B. So let us start C, D, A and B. So you can think this path as C, this one as D, and it comes in this direction A, and it comes back in this direction, which is B. C, D, A and B. So these are the paths which you have to follow, right? Okay, if you start from, you can start the path another way around also. If you start from C, it starts from C, D, A and B. You can take it in this way also, like C, D, A, B. C, D, A, B. So whatever the path you choose, in the same path you have to draw the transistors, right? So now let us start with the making up of polysilicons. We'll take it in the order C, D, A, B. So first we'll draw the polysilicons. Now I'm showing the representation for stick diagram. You can show the using the same representation for layout as well. So 4 parts I'm taking, which is nothing but the polysilicon. So I'll name them as C, D, A, B. So these are your polysilicons. So here I'm crossing it with the diffusion. So whenever the diffusion crosses with the polysilicon, this is P plus diffusion, so the transistor will be formed. This is C transistor, this is D, this is A transistor, and this is B transistor. Similarly, at the bottom I'll cross N plus diffusion. So C, D, A and B transistors will be formed here itself. I'll draw the demarcation line. So what are the transistors are there above the demarcation line? They are P transistors, and what are the transistors below demarcation line are your N transistors, right? And similarly I'll also draw the metal paths, which is VDD, and here I'll draw one more metal path, which is ground. Now what you have to observe, if you observe the circuit diagram, this C and D are connected to VDD, right? So this C and D is connected to VDD. Next, other end of C and D is connected to A. So one end of C and one end of D is connected to A, and A is connected to B, and other end of B is connected to the output. So other end of C and other end of D, other end of C and other end of D make a metal connection, right? So one end is connected to VDD, one end of C and D is connected to VDD. So other end of C and other end of D should be connected. Other end of C and other end of D connected using a metal line, right? That should be connected to A, right? That is connected to A here. It is connected to A. Then A and B are in series. A and B are in series. So if you make like this, if there is no metal connection in between, it means they are in series, right? Next, B should be connected to the output. So this end you keep it, this end you keep it for the output. So we'll see that later. Now coming to the bottom side. So here C and D are in series. So C and D should be kept in series. A is parallel to B, right? So one end of A is connected to the ground, one end of B is connected to the ground, and one end of D is connected to ground. So we'll do in such a way that D and A, the end which is close to D and A, will make it to ground. The end which is close to D and A, we will connect it to the ground. And one more, the end of B, so one end of A and B goes to the output, other end of A and B should come to the ground. So one end of A is already connected to the ground, so one end of B we will connect it to the ground. Okay, so now, and we should also make A and B as parallel. So what we will do is, so this end should go to the output, the end from A and B should go to the output, and one end from C should also go to the output, because one end of C is connected in series with D, the other end should go to the output, and here the and common end from A and B should go to the output. And if you see the top transistor, this end should go to the output. So what we will do, we will connect them using the metal line. And we'll give it to the output, right? So this is the stick diagram for this circuit of CD plus A plus B.